Hi, everybody. This is Dillon Dilligaf, bringing you Tickle Me Comedy podcast number 39. We're at 30. Next time it'll be 40. I can't believe it. You know, this whole thing started in my office in my house, and we've expanded. Now we're here in this great production facility. We're going to bring you a great show tonight. I'll introduce our guests in just a minute. As you can see, Isaac is not with me again. I don't know what happened to him, but he's here and he's gone. Who knows? But I got the helm tonight. Got a couple of great guests. I want to thank, excuse me. As always, I want to thank our production staff. I want to thank Nick, Sammy, Malijah, JT, Dan, Jesse, all the folks behind the camera. And tonight we're kind of in front of a live studio audience of one. So we may hear some feedback coming from that live audience person. But see? So, you know, our sponsors for tonight, as always, are, and as usual, are Tickle Me Comedy Club and the Blue Zone Comedy Tour. You know, Blue Zone Comedy is bringing disabled comics to the forefront and giving them a place to be showcased and brought out before folks. So with that, we also want to thank Asian Cultural TV and their whole awesome audience that they have, and the other folks we have, YouTube and the other platforms that we use. We are so grateful and we're so honored that you're watching us. If you've watched all 39 episodes so far, everybody gets a medal. So I want to go ahead and introduce our guests tonight. We got two interesting folks from totally different parts of the entertainment spectrum. Dave Johnson, who's a magician, and Paul Atriedes, who's a writer, and he has written some stuff, and Dave has done magic all over the place. So with that, welcome you guys. How are you?
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I have one question for you already.
yes.
Just one.
What?
Blue Zone Comedy Tour?
Blue Zone Comedy.
Is it like Red Fox kind of blue?
No, Blue Zone, like the handicap parking zone is blue.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
because I have a disability, I thought I'd call it the Blue Zone Comedy.
So it's not blue.
No, not like blue comedy.
Oh, all right.
We do sometimes say some blue things.
Do you?
But that was the whole intent, was Blue Zone Comedy. You know, I have a theme song that we use in the whole bit. Yeah, it's.
Oh, wow.
I'll give you a couple bars of it because you asked. It goes, think of Sammy Davis Jr.'s Candyman, and so the Blue Zone Comedy theme song goes something like this: Who can park in blue zones? Dun, 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 the handicap can. So that's kind of it. We haven't written any more of it. Just got that line so far. But yeah,
I can steal it.
yeah, you can steal it. Let's write a book about it. So yeah. So Dave,
Yes.
tell me about your magic. I know you've been doing it since you were like 5 years old.
Yeah, a while. The magic is well, no one's doing anything right now.
I know.
But I mean, we're here.
Yeah,
But,
well, we're doing this.
Yeah, we're doing this. But yeah, it's magic is magic. It's a lot of corporate events, or when the time was there, and right now I run a magic shop.
Here in Vegas?
Here in Vegas, yeah.
How cool is that? I love magic. I used to do some close-up stuff. Silly magic. That, it's crazy. But so I know that you've been out touring all over the United States and everything. And so what kind of magic do you do? Do you do like big stuff or?
No. The bigger stuff you have, the more it costs and the more women you have to hire, or men too. And yeah, you keep it small. Keep it small.
Mm-hmm.
It's guide to life, I think.
And so you said corporate events?
Yeah, corporate events,
How cool
hospitality
is that?
suites, trade shows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a corporate event for like a bunch of HR folks, human resources folks,
Sure.
would you tailor your magic for that? Or?
Yeah. It would all be about hiring and firing, and about sexual harassment, and yeah, you bet. That's.
How cool is that?
I'm just kidding. I would not talk to you.
Magic is magic. You had me for a second there. That was very magical. So your magic store, is it someplace you wanted to let people know about?
Yeah, you bet. It's called Trick Supply, and it's over on the corner of Eastern and Sunset. If you know where the Egg Works is, it's
Yes.
right in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Eggworks, great restaurant.
It's a great restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Cool.
Yeah. It's,
I know where that is.
Nice. We'll meet there for eggs.
yeah, 6 a.m. We'll go.
Oh, there's no 6 a.m. in my calendar. My clock doesn't start at 6 a.m. No. So, Paul, how about you? I know that you do some writing, and
I do.
Tell us about your writing.
Oh gosh, I write all kinds of stuff. Screenplays,
Really?
novels,
Ooh. Don't
short stories,
Hold it up there so the camera can see it real well.
stage plays.
Stage plays.
This is the first novel that I sold, and
And it's called Deadheads.
Marvin's World of Deadheads.
Oh, cool.
Who's Marvin?
Yeah.
Marvin's dead. As soon as the book opens, he dies. He walks in front of a bus and gets killed. And then there's a second one called Jenna's Gang of Deadheads. That's his fiancée that he left behind. And at the end of this book, she dies. I'm not going to tell you how, but she dies because I don't want to give away the secrets.
No bus
Right?
involved.
No bus involved.
Is it a Grateful Dead concert?
No. No.
Deadheads.
The-
I
the-
get it.
They go to a fabulous Judy Garland concert, though, with Gene Krupa on drums.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it must be, is it set in that time?
No.
Oh.
No. They're all ghosts, man.
Okay.
So everybody's
I'll
still
catch up, don't worry.
everybody's still out there, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm behind you. So when you get there, let me know.
Yeah, I'll fall for it. I was lost for a second.
But I wrote this and self-published it,
Really?
and then went to a writers' conference, and they do a panel of first pages. And so somebody sits there and they read the first page of your book. And then the judges on the panel say, well, you know, they raise their hand, I hated it. I hated it, didn't like it, hated it. Get down to the last judge on the panel and she goes, I don't know who wrote that, but I want it.
Really?
And she came up to me after that panel and asked who I was, gave her my card. She said, I want your book, send me the manuscript. I thought she was BSing me, and I didn't send it. And like a week later, I got an email from her saying, we didn't get your manuscript yet. So I sent it to her and said, you asked for it. Just remember, you asked for this.
Sometimes you have to.
And she said, I'll get back to you in a couple of weeks. And 2 weeks later, I had a contract in my inbox.
Really?
They found out I was writing book 2 and sent a contract for that one. And as the second one was being edited, they said, we hear there's a book 3. Yes, there is. And they sent me a contract for that one.
Nice.
So
You're set.
that's how the novel thing goes.
That's very novel.
Stage plays, I wrote a stage play. That's been produced all over the country.
Can't hit the table.
Sure you can.
I was gonna do the rim shot on it.
I never miss out.
Wait.
So how?
There you go.
So that's really interesting. So we'll get to you in a second, but I wanted to find out because we're on a roll here. So what motivated you to start writing, and when did you start?
I started writing to amuse myself, seriously, for something to do.
Really?
I got laid off in 2011 with the big downturn, you know, economic garbage, and sitting at home saying, what do I do with myself now? You can only apply for jobs for so long in the day. And so I started writing. And
That's an interesting concept. How do you write to amuse yourself? I mean, do you write stuff that's funny to you and then go back and read it later?
I write anything that interests me at the time. Mm-hmm. And I start writing, and I'm kind of a weird writer. Sorry, Tim.
I'm Tim!
Tim's out there.
Our studio
Tim,
audience member.
Yeah, and Tim's the reason I became a screenwriter.
Oh, cool.
And he produced my film, actually.
Wow. So Tim is one of our guests from a previous podcast, and he's come back to to be entertained.
Yeah, this is to support me as what he,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Oh my God.
And anyway, whatever interests me at the time, whatever idea pops into my head, I start writing. Sometimes I finish it, and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff that's sitting in the virtual file cabinet. But yeah, I've written 2 stage plays, full-length stage plays. One's been produced all over the country.
Really?
And yeah, it's about men's issues. It's called Fallacies. PHA. He got it. I
great.
didn't have to explain it to him.
Great. You're a stand-up guy. That's awesome.
I like it.
And that covers everything from circumcision to prostate cancer.
Nice, and everything in between.
Everything in between, like menopause. For men, called andropause.
Oh, it is.
Yes,
Is that? Can I look at that up? Is that a real thing?
it is a real thing.
Is
Look
that-
it up. I swear to God, it's a real
I'm
thing.
looking it up right now. I'm looking it up. Andropause.
Andropause.
Oh,
Yes, yeah.
huh. And what happens to men when you go through andropause?
You don't want to make fun of women with their hot flashes.
No?
No,
No, I don't.
no, because you will experience them yourself.
Really?
Whoa!
When does this happen?
It's coming.
See?
Before the podcast is over?
10% every decade. Let's see. Natural part of aging process, and it's estimated that testosterone decreases about 10% every decade after men reach the age of 30. So I should be at like almost 90% right now.
Yeah.
Is where I
nice,
should.
right?
Yeah, right. How old are you?
68.
Okay, good.
So I'm
All right,
pretty
yeah,
much.
that's
I've
You're
got,
done.
I'm done. Might as well pack me
you're
up.
like a half calf right now.
Dude, don't even go there.
You like coffee? I mean,
Yeah, that's only no testosterone, but I got a lot of coffee in me.
So, and I'm a theater critic on the side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I used to do work on the stage. I was an actor for a number of years. I've acted and produced and directed professionally and as a little schmucky volunteer. But I got to a point where my acting ability was really questioned by a critic here in town, and I realized he was right.
Oops.
And so I went, no, I got to give this up.
That's
And I
okay.
gave that up and went to directing. And the guy that told me I was so bad as an actor, I had his job at the RJ for 2.5 years.
so it is the guy with one eye.
Yeah. No.
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 All right, okay.
Wrong one.
Okay.
Wrong one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The other.
Wrong one.
So if you're a critic, they pay you to go to the venue, and do you sit there like with a notebook?
I do.
Really?
I do. I sit there with a little notebook and I take notes during the show. And
Do they know you're out there? Do the actors know that you're
the
out there?
theater company knows I'm there. The actors generally don't.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would make me really nervous.
Oh, you
This
don't
is very
want them.
interesting all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This is very interesting all of a sudden. Because now I recognize you from reading the review journal. I've read,
Yeah.
this is, it's all coming back now. This is-
Yeah.
and
And
that's
then-
how it worked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when Sheldon Adelson bought the paper, he kind of saw. You know,
Really?
we were all gone. Yeah.
He had to buy the house next door to him to build the pool for his son. So,
Yeah.
is that public knowledge? No, that's right. I'm happy.
Nobody will hear that. It's just
Yeah.
between us, right here.
Don't tell anybody that. All right.
Well, that's really interesting. I had a job with my wife. We'd be secret shoppers. As you were talking about being a critic, it kind of reminded me of that, where you'd go to a restaurant or somewhere, and they didn't know that you were a secret shopper, and you'd be evaluating them and everything.
Yeah.
And when if they ever found out about you, oh my God, they'd be so nervous. It's crazy. So that's what I was kind of curious about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A company can blow an entire show if they know there's a critic
yeah.
out there. Yeah.
I
So,
can see that. Yeah. So,
yeah. We don't want them to know.
no.
So don't tell them that I go to opening nights.
Well,
Are you still no, you're not still doing it. You said
Yeah.
Sheldon.
I still do.
Okay.
But when he shut down coverage of the arts in the paper, I went, there's got to be something that can be done. Maybe I'll start a website that can cover the arts. And somebody else beat me to it. And then she emailed me like a month later and said, hey, I'm starting this website. Do you want to be a critic for me? And so, so that was maybe 3 years ago. And so we cover theater, dance, music. Now we're starting to cover writing.
I think I know who you're talking about, the lady that started the website.
Sarah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sarah O'Connell.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. She's good people. She's very good people.
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
how cool is that? So let's talk about your magic a little bit. You've been doing magic since you were 5.
5, yeah. I was out in Reno with my parents. We used to go up to Circus a lot, and so I would go play at the Midway, and there were these clowns there, and my sister knew all the clowns. Go figure. And so then she got into face painting, and one of the clowns showed me a trick, and it was where a sponge ball jumped from his hand into my hand, and I was blown away. And being 5, I know, and that's how I learned how to read, and it was by magic books, and
Really?
it's been a long, fun road ever since then.
So, and you've been out all over the United States.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say all over the United States. I've performed in L.A. and New York. I mean, sure, I guess that would be all over the United States. But I mean,
Coast to coast.
yeah, I mean, that's, yeah. Was that bi-coastal, right? Is that
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, bi-coastal.
Is it bi-coastal?
Yeah. All right, there you go. So would the audience be able to see any of your work anywhere? You have anything on YouTube? Or?
Yeah, if you go to 9digitdave.com.
9-digit Dave. Remember, put that on the
9digitdave.com. There's a lot of testimonials on there, but all the videos are probably going to be at convention-magician.com.
Okay.
So
The production team will superimpose that on the
yeah,
on the screen.
I've got 49 other URLs, so we can just keep on stacking them up. I signed up for the GoDaddy
Oh my
Premier
God.
program.
Oh no, I just left them. I just took my website and everything off of them.
Yeah. So was there something maybe you could do for us?
Sure, you bet. So here's what I'm going to do. Paul, I'm going to think of a card in the deck of cards. Couple rules before you do. Number 1, do not think of something easy like the Ace of Spades or Queen of Hearts. Number 2, no Joker. It's not funny anymore. And number 3, don't tell me what the card is not yet. Have you got a card in your mind, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Paul, I'm going to tell you the name of your card. You ready?
Yeah.
Paul, the name of your card is Max. It doesn't make any sense, I understand, but it will in a second. I've already committed myself to Max.
Okay.
You've got a card in your mind, yes, Paul?
Yes.
For the first time, tell everybody here, including myself, what the card was you merely thought of. Say it out loud.
4 spades.
4 spades, okay. So inside my pocket here, I have a deck of cards. Every card has a name. Every name has a card. Let's go and find your card, the 4 of spades. Let's see where it's at. There it is right there. I'm not going to go near it. It's going to stay face out. Is that okay right there? Can you see it? Okay. Now this is a thank you deck that I put together with a bunch of friends of mine. It's also kind of a poetry deck too. The poem's a little bit PG-13. Are we okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so there's Chuck, George, Tyus, Adam, and Bruce, and my friend Lily, who's also my masseuse. That's what we call a special friend here in Vegas. I think you might have seen her out on the strip a couple of times walking around. She's got her pictures scattered all over the floor. Don't pick her up, Paul. Nothing in this town is worth $39, that's for sure. Especially during COVID.
$39.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Maybe it's gone up, do you know? All right. There's Joe, Mark, Leo, Bob, and Mitch, and my ex-girlfriend Mary for being such a jerk.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, not all poetry has to rhyme. There's Jack, Pat, Sarah, Tony, and Luis, and my neighbor Steve for not calling the police.
Nice.
Kind of a late night argument with me and Mary. You know what she said to me? She said, "You're not paying for those massages anymore, are you, Dave?" I said, "Come on, Mary, that's ridiculous. You know I'm on layaway." There's so many more in there on both sides of the tracks. But again, Paul, before you said the 4 of spades, I did say my best friend, Max.
Ooh. How do you know that?
It's the kind of stuff I do. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
That's all I know. That's all I know. I can't do anything. I can't drive for Uber. I can't teach kids. I'll use magic. That's it.
We got thunderous applause from our live audience.
Your audience.
There you go.
Your
All
audience.
right.
Oh my God. That was really good.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so I'm pretty much mesmerized. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Huh?
Way to turn a trick!
I hear voices. That's good.
Thank you.
So, so a corporate event.
You would not do a trick like that for a corporate event.
Well,
That's
no.
a little bit too,
Yeah, but you could modify it.
Yeah, sure. You bet.
But so how would they find? I mean, because I used to work in the corporate world. We never thought of having a magician come. We always have speakers or that kind of stuff, but never a magician. So how did that come about?
Yeah, so I was a substitute teacher for a while. And then, because everybody needs a job, I guess. And so then my dad calls me up in 2014. He lives in California. And he said, what are you going to do for the summertime? You're not going to get paid as a substitute teacher. I said, what are you trying to rattle my cage for, Dad? And I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and book as many shows as I can, corporate shows, and I will live throughout the summer on the deposits. And then I'll live throughout the winter on the balance. And that's what I did. I got really into SEO with Google and everything. And now if you type in convention magician anywhere in the world, I'm the first thing that pops up.
Convention magician.
Convention magician.
Nice, right?
It worked out.
It's very nice.
How did you wind up being first? I heard there's some sort of a process. For that.
It is. It's SEO, search engine optimization, and a little thing called Google Business Pages. So, which was very nice. But yeah,
Something I need to learn how to do.
SEO. He said the word SEO. I have no idea what that is. So
Type in my name. The first thing that comes up is Dune.
type in my name and it goes what?
who? What's that?
Dillon.
Come again?
Right. But that's pretty cool. So it's before before COVID hit, we all were working pretty well.
Yeah.
How about for you? The COVID that didn't affect your writing too much, did it?
No, it didn't affect the writing. What it did affect was being able to get the stage plays produced around the country. The film that I just did, that Tim just finished producing for me, it's called Fusion, and it's in honor of the 9/11 attack on the Twin Towers. And I had written a short play, like a 10-minute play. And a woman in Seattle heard about it and asked if she could use it as part of an overall production that she was doing. So that was being done all over the country. And I decided that I wanted to submit the play to the World Trade Center Memorial Museum. And they sent back and said, well, we really like this, but we aren't doing any live performances in the museum.
No.
We're sorry. If you can get this filmed, we'll take it, and then maybe we'll put it up in the museum as an exhibit.
Did you do it?
And so I spent almost 8 years, I think, shopping it around to different production companies. Hey, I got this, really want to. And what I was getting back from everybody was, really? That's such old news. Who cares? Well, so Tim and I were sitting around and BSing one day this past summer.
What were we doing?
We were swimming naked and doing the naked news.
Is it like the real Naked News? Is that the
Yeah.
one that's on
Yep,
every
we
day?
were naked
Yep.
on a naked
Did
show.
you guys really do the
You bet.
Naked News?
Yep.
That's
You
awesome.
bet.
My friends watch that every day. and she's been on it once too, which is
Yep,
great.
I'm a nudescaster.
Are you a nudescaster?
All
And
the
it's
time.
great. I gotta tell you
Oh.
what, it's great.
That's awesome. Watch Naked News. Watch it. Like, turn this off and go watch Naked News.
No, don't turn this off. Go watch Naked News after this.
Yeah, why? After.
Or we can all. Let's do it.
Is this? Am I doing it right? Is this?
No, you're doing it exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
You would be not naked, sir.
Take off the clothes and
Make
then.
your clothes disappear.
Oh.
Yeah.
I must live in a cave somewhere. They have the Naked News.
Yes.
Where?
Online. All you have to do is look online. Naked News, right?
Naked News is great.
Closefree.com.
Closefree.com.
Oh, is that?
Closefree.com.
You can get it on Roku, right? Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
And-
great.
And so wait a minute. So
Tim was asking me about what, interviewing me for the Naked News and asking me what all I did. And I happened to mention that, I had done this. And he said, oh, okay, well, it sounds pretty interesting. And then calls me up and says, okay, I got a director set. I got actors ready. I'll send you some headshots. When do you want to start? And now the film is done.
nice.
That's great.
And it's now being shopped out to the festivals.
Nice.
So-
I'm having a hard time getting past the Naked News thing.
It's not for the closed-minded.
So
Well,
okay.
now, okay, so
wait. I got
so-
a punchline there. So when you call them up and say, "Hey, you want to hang out with me on Naked News?" What is that? Is that like a little entendre there? Hang out with me? Get it? Never mind.
Yeah, why not?
Wah, wah, wah.
Never mind.
See, so in this book, they go on a cruise, and then they go. You know how cruise ships take to these little private islands that they own?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, they go to one of the little private islands, and they rip off their clothes, and they have a good time, right? So that was one of the little stories that I told Tim during the Naked News.
Nice.
Because I've actually been on a nude cruise.
Have you really?
Yes, it was great fun. I loved it.
Really?
I loved it.
I've been on. Earlier this year I went on my 55th cruise, and none of them have been naked.
Oh, you're signing up for the wrong cruises,
Okay.
guy.
You got screwed over there.
Apparently, I need a better travel agent.
You can't be on a boat without the dinghy.
What is that? Is that your dinghy? Oh, that's my lifeboat, baby.
It's my wife's starboard.
Yeah, jeez.
But it's great. I mean, because it's just like, it's exactly as Tim said. Everybody's naked, and it doesn't matter what you look like. It does not matter because nobody's looking at you.
Because everybody's naked.
Everybody's naked.
That makes
That's right.
sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. It deadens the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you will not realize until you do it how free it makes you feel.
Let's book a naked cruise right now.
Let's do it. Call
Let's
call
go.
my agent.
Let's book a naked cruise right now.
They need magicians.
You can't hide anything in your coat.
I can bring my magic wand.
What is that? That's my magic wand.
My magic wand. It's a levitation. Is it a spade? I hope it's not a spade. All right.
Yeah, let's book one. All of us. The whole. No.
Who's in?
Yeah, who's in?
I'm already naked.
That's what I was gonna say. Isn't that one of the most asked questions on the Naked News? Who's in?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's everybody's homework assignment for the week.
Have we kept it below R yet? Is this like?
We're pushing the boundaries, but we're okay.
Is everything just me?
We're pushing the envelope.
I haven't cussed once.
Hell
Not
no.
like Tim did.
I know. Potty mouth.
How long is the delay for the cursing on this? Do we know? Is it like a 4-second delay?
So, yeah, all right. Well, let's do that. I'm in.
It wasn't that funny. I mean,
I'm having a hard time getting past this whole thing. The visuals are like, oh my god. I went on a cruise once. It was 48 days, and it was from LA to New York, around the tip of South America. And if it was a naked cruise, that would have been terrible because the average age on that boat was 85 years old, and nobody wants to see anything like. Even the captain was old.
Boo.
I've heard the Straits of Magellan is the best place to go on a naked cruise.
Really? I hadn't heard that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Why?
It's the straight. Never mind. Okay.
Ageist.
Yeah.
Ageist.
Yes.
68-year-old ageist over
Buddhist
here.
man.
I know, I'm like way behind the power curve. I must live in a cave somewhere, right? Because a lot of this stuff I'm not picking up. But I'll catch
Yeah, if I
up.
lived in a cave, I'd be naked too.
I
Yeah,
know.
me too. All the time.
Oh my god. Okay, I digress.
We really did get a little sidetracked, didn't we?
Oh my god. That's the last time we did a studio audience and we were filming.
Yeah, I blame this guy. Right
Oh,
there.
it's my fault.
Yeah, well, we have no other studio audience. Oh my gosh. So, I wanted to ask more about your books. So, you may have said this already, but I was laughing so hard I probably didn't pick it up. So, do you just stay with that one genre, or do you write like?
Oh, no. Yeah, I write across genre.
Okay.
I have one book, a novel that's finished that I've actually been working on, and you heard Tim say in the previous podcast that you write it and it's crap and you work on it and you refine it and you work on it and you refine it. Well, I've been refining the first 2 chapters of this one for the last 4 years. But it's about domestic violence, domestic abuse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, Marvin's World or different?
No,
Okay.
no. Something I have in progress right now. And I finished a full-length stage play about the abuse in the Catholic Church. And I worked through Davenport Theatricals in New York on refining that one. And whoo, I'm telling you what, when I was finished with that, I got glowing remarks from them. So now I just need to get theater back up and...
Yeah, I think I can hardly wait till this COVID thing is over. I'm really tired of. I spend a lot of time writing jokes and doing them in front of the mirror and everything, and it's like enough is enough. Are you guys like the same, like doing magic? Are you coming up with any new magic tricks?
Yeah, I mean everything's had to go virtual these days, so it's all Zoom magic, and it's been quite a time to flex your muscles and see how far you can go with what you're given.
Okay. So how did you like that Zoom thing?
It's good. I'm horrible at marketing to a computer. I'm great at marketing on the computer, but to a computer audience, it's really tough. So I'm glad that I got offered the job to run the magic shop. It was
How
nice.
cool is that? So I did. So early on in the pandemic, somebody convinced me to do one of the Zoom comedy shows, and it was. I did one. It was weird, and I haven't done any more because I don't think that's the right venue for doing comedy. You need to have live feedback. We had audience members. I mean, everybody's up on the screen, and we had some audience members, and the best part about it was, and I've said this before, is my cue cards were right in front of me, so I didn't have to remember I didn't have to memorize it. It was right there, and it was okay. But I don't think that's what we want to do in the future. I think we need to get past this this COVID thing and get back to real people, real audiences, stage plays, theater, all that good stuff.
Now, I heard one of the theaters through the grapevine was going to start going back to live performances in December.
Really?
You're in Vegas or?
In Vegas?
Yeah. I went, I don't think that's going to happen now.
So help me out with this. There's a local theater company over on the other side of town. Is it the Las Vegas Repertoire? It's over in the industrial section. Las Vegas Little Theater. Or
Las
something.
Vegas Little Theater. Yes.
And I've been to several of their productions, and they have got some incredible actors and actresses.
They do a good job. They really do. A lot of people thumb their noses at community theater.
Oh, these guys.
But I got to tell you what, there's some community theater out there that is like top notch.
Oh yeah.
Top notch.
I went to a production of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and they were phenomenal. The actors and actresses were just incredible. They were great. So I want to see that come back. It's time. Enough is enough, right?
And they have 3 stages that they're trying to support through all of this. Yeah, they have 3 stages that are sitting there empty and just begging for audiences to come back. God bless the fact that they're trying to do the streaming thing. They'll tape their shows and then stream them. And it's not selling very well, but at least it's something coming in.
It's not the same impact if you do a stage play and you have it filmed and you're trying to have people watch it, because part of the ambiance, part of the fun is going to the theater, seeing the people, the lights, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
To me, it's much better to go there in person.
They did a short monologue that I wrote for their Halloween special that they streamed back in October, and it turned out well. I thought the guy put just the right amount of lightness to what I wrote. But oh my gosh, to not hear audience reaction around you, and even as a magician, you have to feed off of that, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing though. I mean, I got over the whole no audience thing pretty quickly, because you watch shows like The Office, Parks and Rec, Modern Family, and you see what all these shows have, and they have no studio audience in them. Other shows, Glenn Charles and Les Burrows put out Taxi and MASH and all these different shows, and they all had studio audiences, so you get to know when to laugh. But these other shows kind of went out on a limb and did it without a net.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. And I thought about with David Blaine on TV, he's not, he's doing, you get the reaction of that one person. I think everybody that's watching David Blaine wants to know what it would be like for them to be in the shoes of the person getting performed for.
Yeah.
And so that's why I really liked the whole Zoom platform, or the virtual platform, because I thought, man, this is really a time to be able to affect a lot of people that wouldn't normally be able to go to a show. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it personally.
Well, that's interesting. But
Yeah.
you're right. More people can go.
Oh yeah.
They don't have to travel. They don't have to.
And you
expose
could do
themselves.
more shows because you don't have to travel,
Right.
which is great. And there's a lot of magicians out there that are doing a ton of corporate shows.
Okay.
And they're doing, 4 or 5 a day. And it's, normally you'd be able to do one because you'd have to, go and travel to the next
Travel to
place.
the
And
next place, get all set up.
Yeah,
and all that
so-
kind of stuff.
And it's great. Hats off to them.
Yeah,
It's
that's
awesome.
interesting. I hadn't thought about it that way, but you're absolutely right. And do you pre-tape your show?
No, it's all live and interactive, and the people, I tell them, I say, here, grab a deck of cards, grab a piece of paper, a pen, or a marker, and an open mind, and have some place to shuffle the cards on, because we're all going to be doing some magic together.
Oh, cool.
So,
Where was I going to go with that? I got lost for a second. Time out. I get lost. It's my age.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all
Let's
go
all go to the lobby. Let's all go.
So, I when I first got into comedy a few years ago, I auditioned for America's Got Talent. Have you done that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. And how did you do? Tell us about it.
I wasn't on there.
Me either. So what was your experience?
That good.
So they called me up. So I auditioned for them twice. Actually auditioned, and then one year they called me up and they said, "Hey, we just need some background talent for the audition for the dressing room area." And I said, "Okay," and I got some camera time off of that, and I was like, "Okay, cool." There's a nice little clip for the demo video.
How cool is that?
So
Yeah, my experience, I went, first time, I'd just been in comedy for a year or so, and my head was bigger than my comedy. And so,
everybody's is.
I know, right?
Magicians too. Illusions of grandeur. Yes.
I know, I'm delusional. And I thought, I got this. So I did 90 seconds in front of a producer. I thought, I got this thing nailed, right? They never called back. So I thought, I'm going to wait a few years and maybe go back and do it again. But it's an interesting experience. It really was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's several people that go back there several times,
Yeah.
and then they finally get on stage and performing for the judges, and so who knows,
But when I look back now, I go, oh my God, what was I thinking? I should have waited a couple more years, but
You need some sort of a hook. You need a story or something, like some sort of, I cut off my finger in March.
oh,
Yeah, and so that's why I got the whole 9-digit Dave moniker. And this was a woodshop accident, making an open air photo booth. Ones you put the iPad in and the light, and the people are able to email themselves or text themselves. And so I was a joiner planer making a really stupid cut with a 2x4. And not using a push stick, and the board slipped out, and my finger went right down to the spinning blade. And yeah, so that was March 6th. And then I had shows on March 9th, 12th, and 14th doing close-up magic.
whoa.
And so I was able to do all the shows and everything. That was the 14th was the last big show before the whole
Before the
country
whole
cut off their finger. Yeah.
I know,
So,
right? Cut off their nose.
yeah.
Jeez.
Just bite their face.
So
Funny, kind of a similar story. My brother did that. He cut off the end of his finger. And, oh my God, it was a big trauma for him. And so now we jokingly refer to him as Uncle 9.5.
it's fun. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But that had to hurt.
Yeah, actually, not too much. The sensation I tell people is if you go and you have the back of your hand and you take your nail and you just nick the back of your hand,
Yeah.
that's the blade going that fast. That's about how much you feel it. And then you look down, and it starts to get a little bit hot, and then you yell for your wife, and she comes running down the stairs at 10:30 in the morning, and she has a towel in hand because she knows when you yell her name like that, there's an accident that
There's
happened.
blood involved.
Yeah, there's blood involved. And so I was like, I cut off my finger, and she's like, "You're blanking kidding me?" And I said, "No, I cut off my finger. Look, and my bone's sticking out of my finger." And so she's like, "Okay, cover it up." And I was like, "What if I could find the other pieces?" And she's like, "We're not finding them. We're just going to the hospital." So she rushed me to the hospital, and yeah, it was quite the experience. So
Have you lost anything?
No.
it's just the second circumcision. It's so funny.
wouldn't let you on naked news. And then you're out, but do you have to audition for that? I can't get past that.
For circumcision?
No, for naked news, not for circumcision.
I never got to audition for circumcision. Do you? Like,
No.
I was a captive audience.
Well, I was not given a choice on that one.
But do you have to
throw
audition?
your hat in the ring. Pick me, pick me.
Yeah.
It ain't your hat.
I want to lose mine. Yeah. Did I have to audition for the naked news? I don't know. Did I? I don't think so.
I was just stand-in role.
It was.
Oh, God.
It was just. Are you willing to get naked in front of a camera and talk? Sure.
I just can't get past that. It's got me.
It's the same audition for Girls Gone Wild.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Girls Gone Wild?
What was the
Did
guy's
he
name? Joe? Was his name Joe?
Did he go to prison or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's now hanging out with the guy that did the Fire
Subways.
Fire Island or what's it called?
The subway
Firefest. Yeah.
Fire Fest. They're probably hanging out together.
with the subway guy.
Yeah, Jared.
Joe Exotic.
Not Joe Exotic.
No.
Jared. That's the Tiger King.
Oh, God. I don't even know about that Tiger King thing. I don't know.
Oh, you're lucky.
You look like you were on the show.
Oh, well, thank you. This is my what's the guy that died?
That's your Steve
Steve Irwin. That's my
Steve
Steve
Irwin
Oh,
Irwin
Steve
shirt.
Irwin shirt.
And now, mateys, we're gonna in the wild with the writer and the magician.
That was a great series.
It was.
The Tiger King. Yeah,
I never.
It's
It
fantastic.
was. I meant to say that a different way. It was.
it was. And then the last one they did, the interview with Joe McHale, I think, was that the guy that came and interviewed everybody afterwards. Okay, I'm the only one who saw it apparently. So yeah, everyone's like,
Oof. I'm sure some of our audience did, but I only got bits and pieces of that whole thing, so I'm not really aware of what happened. But I did like the tigers were cool.
You think Carol did it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what did she get for
Absolutely
it?
she did.
She got to go on Dancing
Dancing
with the
with the
Stars.
Stars.
That's-
So you guys.
this is our justice system, by the way. This
Yes.
is- yeah. My
Great
dad's an
justice.
attorney. This is our justice system.
I do know that much that she was accused of offing him. Of
Yeah.
killing him.
Yeah.
She did kill him.
Yeah.
And then she got Joe Exotic's ranch.
Yeah.
She
She
took
got
over
it
the
all.
ranch. She got
She
it
took
all.
it all.
She won. She won the Monopoly game of killing your husband and tiger toys or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. I have to maybe go back and watch that.
Just type it in the Google.
Yeah, in the Google.
In the Google.
Yeah, I used the Google.
You can like fast forward through a lot of it,
Yeah.
but you know.
I don't even know what the format or anything of the program was.
I loved all the memes afterwards. It was like, I can tell you who's responsible for this damn election. That blank Carol Baskin. So funny.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So. All right. Time out. So how are we doing on time there,
Yeah,
Sam?
we got 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
All right.
Let's go at 7 minutes up. So.
All right.
And remember, he was a guest on. He wasn't a nudes caster. That's why he didn't have to audition. He was a guest on the Naked News.
Could we put that, like, can we roll and put that into there?
Yeah. Okay, so we're back on now. So were you actually a newscaster, or what were you?
No, I was just a guest.
Just a guest?
Just a guest on the show. I was interviewed. You know, well, what do you think? Why do you enjoy being nude? Why do you think other people are afraid to be nude? Tell me about your experiences on the nude beaches and on the nude cruise. And
You're a glorified streaker.
I am, and it's great. No, we're actually exhibitionists.
Exhibitions.
You know, but
But wait, wouldn't streaking be an exhibition to begin with? Is this like...
we just don't like to call ourselves that.
So,
I like the pole vault myself.
Oh, there's so many jokes in
Oh yeah, we're going downhill fast again. You had to ask about being
I know,
naked.
right? Maybe after the podcast, I'll get an invite to be a guest.
Not happening.
Never mind. You must have saw my headshots.
You're okay, never mind.
So, oh my god! But oh, what a lot of fun. That intrigues me. I've interviewed over the last 39 podcasts. I've interviewed some interesting folks, but I got to tell you, that's the best one yet. I'm signing up for a nudist, a naked cruise.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm on the buddy system. No. Okay. Yeah.
As long as we have to hold hands, I'm
I know.
down. That's,
I draw the line. I'll get naked with you, but I ain't holding.
I'm not holding your hands. We can look at each other, just not in the eyes.
Don't look directly in my eyes. Yeah, that's pretty good. So,
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. The eyes are up
Eyes
here.
are up here. Eyes are up here. Come on, droopy dog. Let's go.
Okay. So, oh man, this has been an incredible night. I've never had the opportunity to meet either one of you, and this has been a whole lot of fun. I hope you guys had some fun.
Good.
I like we said in the beginning, we try to bring to the audience that entertainers or people in the industry, we have real lives and we do real things, and it's not just seeing us on stage or reading our books or watching our podcast or anything. We have real lives and we do real things, and I think it's important. Isaac and I thought it was important to kind of bring that to our audience, to let them know that we enjoy life and we're doing stuff and we just aren't on stage or writing books or whatever all the time. Yeah.
Writers are real. They aren't just sitting in a back room somewhere.
They're not ghosts. Yeah, they're not just sitting in the back room naked. I can't get past that. So as always, my sad duty for every podcast is to bring it to an end. And so, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that for this podcast. I think we could go on for several more hours, but we're running out of film. We still use film. No, not really. But
No, not really. I was like,
no, no. I don't think we're not. Yeah, whatever that is. So we want to thank you for watching and sticking around with us. We kind of get off on these crazy tangents, but we have a lot of fun doing it. And again, I want to thank our production team of Nick and Sammy and Malaysia and JT and Dan and Jesse and our studio audience member of one.
Hey, that's me! Hey, thanks! Oh, it's been a pleasure!
And a real special thanks to our two guests, Paul and Dave.
And hit it up, Paul-Atriedes.com.
They'll do a little thing, and for your magic stuff, they'll do all 49.
9digitdave.com. Yes.
And they'll do all 49 of your URLs.
Yes, please.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you to
Make a million decent reviews show up on Amazon for me.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I just learned how to totally game the system on Amazon today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Something you want to share?
The more you know, though.
The more you know.
The more you
The more
know.
you want to know, right? So, with special thanks to Tickle Me Comedy, Blue Zone Comedy Tour, and Asian Cultural TV, this is Dillon Dilligaf saying, till next time, good night.
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 That was a blast.